Asking for respect, you gon' give me what I earn. I need a demon in a check. You ain't never competition, boy. You anything except. You could never be an enemy, a factor or a threat. I just went and spent 2 Cinos back to back on double C's.
What do you think is like overrated to you? Just like
in general,
yeah.
Monogamy is overrated. Yes.
Just explain.
Monogamy is overrated. I don't unless like I really fuck with shorty. If I really fuck with shorty, that could be my one shorty. Besides that, I'm like even going. As smokers and as being high life, we have codes that we follow, and there's a code of when you drop your blunt, it means someone fucking your somebody bitch. Is smacking your final shit. If you drop your blunt, someone's fucking your bitch. If you drop your blunt, someone catch it, they're fucking your bitch. So like, in reality, yeah.
So when did you start rapping?
Like for real?
Yeah, like rapping, for real, yeah.
Real late 2016. That's when I put out my first EP. Under a whole different name. I'm not to expose myself like that. It's still on the internet. It's still on the internet somewhere. If you find it, you find it. If you know, you know, on some shit. But 2016 is when I started rapping, like for real. Mm-hmm. But before that, I was always like, I always used to do poetry. Like, you know, I'm Louder Than a Bomb. Mm-hmm. You know, poetry shit. I was always doing that in high school and shit. So I was always writing shit. And I was just like, fuck it, I might as well get some beats, rap on beats and shit, see that shit raw. And that shit was kind of okay.
Alright, so like what was the first beats you were like rapping on? Like what kind of style of instrumentals did you look for?
I was super into SoundCloud rap. So I was hearing like hella like super pretty atmospheric trap beats. Mm-hmm. So I was rapping. My first music was all on some like office zen at 3 o'clock in the morning, freestyle, just mumbling into a microphone and shit. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, fuck it, this shit, whatever. So I put it out. And from there I kind of like developed this whole sound. I used to call, me and my friends would call it like glamour trap. Mm-hmm. And that's low-key kind of what I'm fucking with right now. I'm just on some real pretty atmospheric music. Like, you know Clans Casino and shit?
Yeah.
Like on some Clans Casino and shit. That's hella what I've been listening to recently. So that's basically how that shit happened, and then over time it developed into some other shit.
So did Lucky X influence you?
Hell yeah, I like Lucky, A$AP Rocky.
Yeah, Rocky. Yeah.
Even Tyler the Creator, all that shit was definitely like, especially Lucky back in that time period. Mm-hmm. On some like Freeway, that's like Freeway 2. Yeah, Freeway 2 shit, that shit was hard as fuck. Mm-hmm. So I was definitely listening to hella of that shit when I was first started rapping and shit. Even like shit like early like Young Lean, the whole Vaporwaves, rap shit, all that shit.
I really, people don't realize Lucky's first mixtape is a classic, bro. Oh, the shit he was saying.
Lucky got some classic mixtapes.
Hell yeah, he do. He got a lot of classics.
Hell yeah. Was Body High his first one?
No, the one before that, Alternative Chapter.
Alternative Chapter literally set the like laid down the mold for like hella raps to come, like hella rappers to come.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
I listened to that shit again this year. That shit
bro, the shit he was saying in it, bro, you got for real come back and be like,
folks was rapping.
Like, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. People don't realize that, like, and I like that he like kind of like switched up his game, because then after he dropped Alternative Trap, he had the Body High, and then he had I can't remember the X.
X and my favorite.
Yeah, that shit was hard. And then he dropped Freeway, and that really changed how he was rapping.
Watch my guys.
Just got his shit definitely.
Hell yeah.
Did he drop anything he considered to be an album yet?
No. I don't think so.
Right? Bro, first album gonna be crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I like the way he, progressed, because a lot of people, they just stick to the same shit. You know, they in their bag already. They just gonna stick to the same shit that people know. You know what I'm saying?
Because he just took his time with this shit and found that sound. That's what a lot of motherfuckers don't be doing no more. They'll go into the shit, find the sound. All right, that shit work for one song. Keep doing that shit. Never progress to nothing different. And that's how motherfuckers be finding themselves stuck.
I feel like he works with like a variety of like producers too.
So I was doing that shit with FKA Twigs and shit. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, that shit was.
Actually, my favorite project from High Key is Son of Sam though. Son of Sam.
Really? Hell yeah, that one was slept on. I feel like that one was really slept on.
That shit is definitely also like, I think that dropped sophomore year of high school for us.
That to me, I feel like that one is the biggest slept on out of all his all the shit 100%. He did. Yeah, that was a good ass album.
Yeah.
But what rappers did you listen to like coming up? Like who were your biggest influences?
Like growing up,
yeah, we'll do growing up, and then we'll do like when you started rapping.
Growing up, I was always like, my dad used to be a DJ back in the day, so he would always play like house music. So there was this song, like my favorite song, like one of my top 10 favorite songs of all time is this song called Music by Marvin Gaye. That shit hard to sell. So I was always listening to like hella house music, soul, funk music, jazz music. And then when I started listening to rap, the first rappers I was listening to like Kanye, Mos Def, Andre 3000, Jay-Z, Beanie Sigel, like hella like traditional rap. Over time, I started listening to more like instrumental and ambient and bass music. So I'm like, this should make me feel cool. Like this shit is awesome. Like I can relax and listen to this shit. And then I found out Daft Punk. And Daft Punk, I be telling motherfuckers this all the time. Random Access Memories by Daft Punk is my favorite album of all time. Literally, that's my favorite album of all time. I listen to that shit at least once a week, all the way through.
Damn, I would not think of that.
Love that shit. And then like when I started rapping, some motherfuckers that was influencing me heavily, like Busta Rhymes, Xavier Wolf, Chief Keef, definitely Kanye West. I love Biggie Hard, Rocky. Like those are just some like Lucky, A$AP Rocky. Those are some instant influences I can say. Even like in terms of like the instrumentals, I fuck with like Clamps Casino, A$AP Rocky definitely. Those influencing me.
I feel you. Yeah, those people, like during that time, I feel like music was really cool back then.
Everything
like
just
Tyler,
everything had felt like a breath of fresh air.
Hell yeah.
From what was going on.
From all the old shit. Like
that was like from like when the quote unquote like blog era, bling rap was coming to an end. Everything was like, all right, fuck finna happen.
There wasn't no like saturation at all.
Right.
Hell yeah.
A$AP Rocky.
Everything was pretty like new.
A$AP Rocky had dropped Peso.
Yeah.
I remember that shit, y'all looking at that shit.
Bro,
like,
that was
for real.
different.
No.
No one expected that.
When he dropped Peso, I heard that shit. I was like, yo, this shit is hard. And then when he dropped his first mixtape,
that shit is a classic mixtape, bro. Literally
bro,
a classic mixtape.
I remember that shit dropped. I was in high school. I had my headphones in the whole day, throughout the whole going to class. Had my shit in, bro. Listen to that shit back to back.
That's because motherfuckers don't even be realizing this shit. When there's like a new era of rap coming in, not only does that actually influence like the whole music industry, it influences fashion, the entire culture. That's the whole culture shift after that shit started popping up.
Another thing though, even like what like Ye did with like Cruel Summer and shit, like all the good music shit, that shit set, even also like mainstream shit, that shit set like the craziest landscape for just like new shit. You know what I mean? I feel like not even just like the Cruel Summer project itself, but like even like what he was doing like Good Friday and shit. And all the like when 2 Chainz shit started popping, like a lot of the shit we have right now wouldn't have been popping if we didn't get like them early like 2 Chainz trends and shit, and like the Big Sean trends from like 2011 plus. And shit.
Yeah.
That shit kicked off a lot of shit.
And yeah, it definitely did. And that
even the Ye feature. I mean, even the Key feature on
that shit was
on that shit. I was like, I'm not gonna front. But don't like. Feature on Cruel Summer was like the bridge between like the street shit and like the industry shit.
That shit literally was like when folks out Kanye West, Push T, Chief Keef, they're like,
especially for Chicago too, like Chicago.
Like in general though, that shit was like you can make some street shit and that shit is still hit mainstream. Like street shit has always been able to hit the mainstream, but like I think on the scale that shit went too off of Keith, like folks that was literally just like he was in the trenches with a Ye feature.
He was literally in the streets, rapping about shit he was really living. Rapping with Kanye West and Pusha T.
Hell yeah.
Even when Dirk was getting his cosigns and shit, like all that shit was like
motherfuckers don't be understanding how like Chicago is like motherfuckers talking about Chicago is literally the influence. All motherfuckers can literally reach the Chicago underground scene and put out so many stars.
Mm-hmm.
But just motherfuckers be overlooking the motherfuckers because motherfuckers have a perception of the city still. Motherfuckers don't really know what the fuck really going on. It's hella different styles of music that motherfuckers don't ever really get to hear about. In the city. Like motherfuckers is literally the influence. Even about Chicago hip hop, even back then, even right now, is that there's always been like a contrast, like two different sides of the spectrum. Like even in 2012, 2013, you had the whole drill scene, but you also had niggas like Chance and like the whole Save Money shit. That was kind of like a complete contrast to the drill scene.
Right.
But everybody knew each other. It was all like love in the city. Everybody was fucking with each other. But like all like the motherfuckers was really on their shit coming up. It was all like it was kind of like separated, but everybody had their own lane of shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
It was all different. It was all
I think that shit was also just like really good that there was that contrast because I think that definitely did like mold a lot of talent. Even if motherfuckers who popping off now, it's like I know definitely being able to just like look at both sides of that shit is definitely rough because like I went to school on like 63rd and Dorchester, you feel me, like a few blocks away from like where a lot of like even when like Herb shit was popping, like all that shit was popping over there. I went to school with all his little homies and shit. But like my brother Kami, he's in Save Money and shit, so I was seeing all this shit that they were doing. Right. And so it's like always seeing like them two different contrasts, it's like it does like really show like really how like creative Chicago is, even just on like a very like raw scale. You know what I mean? Like all that shit, it wasn't like niggas had like, you feel me, like big homies who was throwing niggas in the industry and shit like that. All of them was making music almost the same way like Sonny making and shit, like that's exactly what niggas was doing, was making music in their bedroom and shit. You feel me? Like,
hell yeah.
It was just all like, all that shit came really organically. It was just awesome, like motherfuckers really have like still, and even in Chicago right now, it always has been, and I'll probably always will be, motherfuckers just have a voice, motherfuckers really be having shit to talk about. That's kind of what always separated this city, or like the shit that popped off in Chicago from like other cities, because if motherfuckers in Chicago gonna talk about some shit, you either gotta really be living that shit, because motherfuckers definitely check you in Chicago. Motherfuckers definitely check you in Chicago if you rap about some shit you're not really on.
I think it's also like, even just the phrase like knowing what's up, I feel like that shit is so true in Chicago. It's like you either know what's up or you don't know what's up. Like, and it's not really no go around with that shit or anything. It's like you either understand the culture and are a part of it and grew in that culture, or you're not. And it's like it definitely be a lot of outside people in the city who invest themselves into our culture, and that's cool because like it's necessary for the shit to spread. That's how shit pops off. But at the same time, like there is like an undeniable and exclusive Chicago culture that like doesn't exist anywhere else. Like,
What's the difference between Good Luck and Bad Luck? Both of your projects.
I'm not even gonna bullshit. When I made Bad Luck, I like just put myself in the mindset like I wanted to make a project, like a full project. There wasn't really no conceptual shit at the time, but like over time, the concept that grew to me and making Good Luck, it was kind of like, all right. So Bad Luck basically kind of symbolizes the kind of like the stigma around Chicago. Like it's all like bad shit. It's all like gritty. It's all violent. It's all a bunch of bullshit. So like that's kind of like, and even like it's also kind of like even in the time I released it, like I dropped Bad Luck in the winter, and it's kind of like I wanted it to sonically fit the time of the year it came out. So it was all like cold, gritty, a bunch of shit. Even like in the back end of shit, it kind of was even more sad. Even like sad shit, it was all a lot more cold shit. And then Good Luck, cause kind of like the contrast of that, it was a lot more like summery, kind of more upbeat, more positive take to kind of contrast that. Like it's both sides of the spectrum. Like it like to ignore the fact it's bad shit happening in Chicago. Like it's definitely bad shit happening. Like it's definitely a problem with violence and shit, like all that shit. But like to say like that's not all that's happening here. It's definitely still like Chicago a great city. You feel me? Like I can 100% affirm the fact that I would rather have been from Chicago than have been from anywhere else. Because it definitely mold motherfuckers a different way. I wouldn't have liked to have been from anywhere except from here, you feel me?
I feel you, definitely.
So it's just like, just display the contrast that exists within the city. basically.
I feel you. What's your favorite track off Good Luck? You personally?
Off Good Luck,
Yeah, we
my
Good Luck.
favorite track off Good Luck is probably either Smoke Dancing or 2008, because I've never made no songs like that before.
Really?
I ain't never made no songs like that. Especially like, I've never made no songs. Well, I made a song with a singer on Bella with my homie Sky on Tree Lights. That was a whole pop song.
Hell yeah, that was.
But Smoke Dancing was kind of like, in like the creation of that song, me and my homie Gus, shout out Gus, me and my homie Gus, Gerald, Shayla, and Nate, we was all in the studio together. I asked Gus, like, yo, how you feeling? He's like, cool, I'm feeling really chill. He started making the beat. I'm feeling that energy in the room. Everybody cool, and we having a good time in the recording that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, all right, this shit groovy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, subject. When I hear this beat, I'm thinking, all right, let me rap about some love shit. So I decided rapping. Have my friend Shayla, shout out Shayla again. I'm like, hey, let's spit like 8 bars and just sing it.
Mm-hmm.
She sung that shit at the end, and then I interpolated my homie Gerald. He had this song called 3 Shots Every Story. He said, ballin' nigga, see you on the other fucking solid nigga.
Shout out Gerald, that nigga be going crazy.
Hell yeah. He said that. I'm like, yo, I fuck with that. So I'm gonna interpolate that. I'm gonna incorporate that in the song, and I'm gonna have him dub it.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that shit. I'm like, yo, this shit is smooth as hell to listen to. It's like, it's really a tone, like it's a tone. If you play that shit in the room, it kind of sets a tone.
Hell yeah.
And in 2008, that shit, 2008, I think motherfuckers were sleeping on that shit. Personally, I'm not.
You said a lot of real shit in that.
2008 was just a reflection of my nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everything from going to my grandma's house and playing in the backyard to when motherfuckers first taught me how to shoot a gun.
Mm-hmm.
All that shit was just a reflection of my childhood. And then Shayla laced that bitch with that hook. She laced that shit, Gus with the drums and shit. That shit was hard. I fuck with that shit heavy as hell. If it's not gonna be on some musical shit, if it's not the beat that grab motherfuckers' attention, it's gonna be the open bars, the lyrics, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
If the beat not interesting enough and your lyrics not interesting enough, motherfuckers not listening to that shit. Motherfuckers not break that shit.
I feel you. And the thing is, I know a lot of people in Chicago listen to a lot of music. They have the energy. Yeah. And the energy's there. How they come on a song is there, but the bars ain't there.
Right.
And I like how you have actual bars with your shit. You like, damn, this nigga saying some real shit with it.
That all come from me doing poetry and shit. Like, motherfuckers will always show my whole life. I've always had like a way with the way I string words together. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, all right, fuck it, let's do this shit.
I feel you. And going to that nigga. Think about that nigga Kari shit, like Kari, that nigga got
Kari the best rapper.
He got bars, bro. I like his track Buns. That shit go hard as fuck.
Kari is the best rapper. Period.
For real?
Yes.
You said it's already hands down.
Shout out Shayla. Shayla got a feature on Buns.
Oh yeah, Shayla is a singer. She wrote, so she just dropped her first shit.
That's super stupid.
She got her voice beautiful. But
Sade.
Kari is the best rapper. He working on his project. He's the best rapper.
But we're gonna get him in here, bro.
Yeah. Kari, come on the show.
Send out the word. We'll definitely get him in here. I feel like that's what people need to surround themselves with. Like, if you for real want to do this shit.
Everybody I'm surrounded by, and like everybody ain't chill, talented, still in their own lane, and everybody got their own little lane. Some shit they do. You a rapper, you probably gonna they raw rapping, they produce, they raw producing. They do art, the cover arts of graffiti shit, like they raw with that. Mm-hmm. All sorts of shit. Definitely. Like even like Mac, like he good with business.
I feel you. That's what you need. You definitely need somebody good with that shit, and that comes along with that, being professional.
Hell
you know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers don't know how to do that,
It's all about being able to adapt to your surroundings. If you in a professional situation, you gotta hold yourself to that. You feel me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If you in a situation where you can have fun. Don't be the motherfucker that everybody's looking at like, look at this nigga. Look at this nigga.
Yeah. I feel like that's also, it's always important. Like, even I think, especially because like outside of, I guess, like creative shit, like we all definitely like push ourselves to like make connections in spaces that can like even just on some like growth shit. You know what I mean? Like we definitely pushing each other to do a lot of other shit outside of content. Like even like the week after next, like we're doing like an audio production workshop and like an open mic and shit. And it's like, it's a lot of ways, even outside of creatives, that you can push yourself to like grow your craft and shit outside of just like content, you know what I mean? And I think like that's always what's like super important, is that you can be able to make that impact in as many fields as you can.
And when motherfuckers really trying to be active in the city. Like if we're doing some shit, we want to get the city involved, and with like with the whole like idea behind the open mic is, all right, we know hella creatives, we know hella people who got some shit they want to say. Poets, rappers, singers, all sorts of shit.
And even if you like not a rapper or you're not a musician, like even if you have a brand, an entrepreneur, like just talk your shit, right? You know what I mean? I think like that's a lot of people don't get the opportunity to just talk their shit. And even with like ideas that aren't 100, like you learn from talking about your shit. You learn from actually communicating your ideas. You know what I mean?
If you come out, you got something to say, you say your shit, motherfuckers you can talk to other motherfuckers who might do what you're trying to do, who currently do what you're trying to do. You feel me? It's like a lot of that, and like a lot of motherfuckers don't have the opportunity, so we just trying to like going forward. The goal is to be able to provide opportunities to motherfuckers in the city.
Hey, that's what's all about.
Motherfuckers got the wrong perception. It's not like ain't no community in Chicago like underprivileged. It's not that they're underserved. Motherfuckers not doing like it's the community not doing shit to help. Like the city not doing shit to help them. So it's like we gotta give them some opportunities so they can do some shit. They just hella creatives who don't.
And that's and that's where like me and Sonny talk about this shit a lot. But like it's just a lot of ways you can like really put that impact down on the streets. You know what I mean? Outside of just like, you know, our profiles and shit and who we are. Like it's also important about like what you do and what spaces you create and put yourself in. So,
hell yeah.
It's a lot of that shit too. I think with being impactful and memorable, like it's about like who are you actually talking to? Who are you actually performing from? Who are you actually like, you know, influencing, inspiring and shit. So,
hell yeah.
When it's all said and done, if we not legends nowhere else, we're gonna be legends in Chicago. Like make your bread 100%, make your money, do what you want. If everybody aspirations gonna be different. So I'm not knocking nobody for what they want to do. But I know for 100%, I definitely want to be one of the greats to do what I want to do. Yeah. I want to be more. I don't want to just be a rapper. I want to be a figure. I want to be influential outside of the musical landscape. How do you influence my community?
I think what we really don't realize is like the power of our own perceptions. Like we was talking about this even before, but like the perceptions that we build around the stuff we do really is like the reality that we create for ourselves. So it's really all about just doing the things that we feel like are gonna generate growth, and like the benefits are gonna come with that shit. It's just not always immediate. You know what I mean?
You just gotta, instead of like doing shit with the purpose of like I'm gonna do this, like everybody should make their money, but like I'm not looking like my music. I would like to be able to make money off my music and sustain myself, but like I want to make my music so I can build a platform, so I can make impact based off the platform that I have.
Exactly.
And if you smart and know how to make good business decisions, money is gonna come, because
all that shit
gonna fall in place.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's so much fucking money out here.
It's a million ways to make $1 million without leaving your barrel. You just gotta know what the fuck you're doing.
True. That's facts.